Good morning. Myself, Anita R. Shettar, Associate Professor in RRIT, Bangalore. Here I am demonstrating the determination of the spring constants in series and parallel combination.
The scale,
The apparatus required for this
and
experiment
spring
are
and
springs are required,
weights,
scale,
and also
rigid
we
stand,
need hook. So these
slotted
are the apparatus
weights,
required
and hook
for the
is.
determination.
You can see the setup diagram here. So you have a stand, or you can say rigid support, and the scale is there, and you can see spring and weights. You can see here A with some load. This is initial load. Initial load or a dead load reading, I represent it by A. Along with the initial load, some load is applied. That reading I designate it as B. This is for individual springs. If the springs are connected in series, this is the setup I have. One spring is connected to the other spring by end to end. This is series combination. Similarly, parallel combination we can see here. Two springs are connected in such a way that two ends are connected to the common point, and you can see load is attached here. This is the experimental setup. Anyhow, we see them in video in detail. So we know that according to Hooke's law, restoring force developed in a spring is always directly proportional to the displacement, and it is opposite to the displacement. So I can say that F is equal to, when I remove proportionality sign, I will get a constant. That constant is called as spring constant or force constant, I can say. This force, along with a negative sign I get, here I am considering only magnitude. So I just write K is equal to F by X. So if I know force and displacement, then I can calculate the spring constant. So we can calculate or determine the spring constant by knowing the displacement and the force. The ratio gives us the spring constant. And spring constants, when springs are connected in series, that is nothing but series combination. Already we have derived in theory the expression for the K series if two springs are connected in series. It is given by K series is equal to K1 K2 divided by K1 plus K2. Similarly, we have derived expression for spring constant for parallel combination, which is given by sum of individual spring constants. And the SI unit for the spring constant is Newton per meter, because it is force per unit displacement. Force is Newton, displacement is meter. So Newton per meter.
Let us see how to determine spring constant of a given spring. So for that, let me hang a spring here and make sure that pointer is towards the centimeter scale. And put the dead load or initial load. With the initial load, we can see the reading comes out to be, your eyes must be exactly parallel to the pointer and note down the reading. It comes out to be 15.2. 15.2 is the reading for initial load. That is represented as A in your manual and in your tabular column. Next, put another 50 gram and note down the pointer reading. The pointer reading appears to be 19 point. So for initial load plus 50 gram, the pointer reading is 90. Now let me put another 50 gram. Now the load applied is totally 100 along with the initial load. Initial load is 150 gram, or you can say dead load, and another 100 is added. For this, the pointer reading is 22 centimeters. Next, let me put another 50 gram. So now the total load applied here is 150 gram along with the dead load. So now the pointer reading has to be noted. The pointer reading comes out to be 25.4. So we have noted initial load and then applying three loads to the initial load. One with the 50 gram, another with the 100 gram, another with the 150 gram.
Now calculate spring stretch for the 50 gram, 100 gram and 150 gram respectively. So spring stretch is given by B minus A. B is nothing but the pointer reading along with the 50 gram and dead load. Similarly 100 and dead load, 150 and dead load. So with dead load, the pointer reading we call it as A. So if I subtract B minus A, it gives me the spring stretch for 50 grams, 100 grams and 150 gram respectively. So for the first one it is 19.0 minus 15. It appears to be 3.8. It is in centimeters, 3.8 centimeters. And you have to calculate force using mass into acceleration. So mass is 50 into 10 raised to minus 3. So that is nothing but you can say 50 into 10 to the power of minus 3 multiplied by 9.8. So which comes out to be 0.49. K is calculated as F divided by X. F is 0.49, X is 3.8 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 2. So which comes out to be 12.89. Similarly, do calculations for 100 gram and 150 gram. Then take the mean of that. So 100 gram K comes out to be 14.41. Similarly, calculate for 150 gram, 25.4 minus 15.2 is 10.2. This is 150 into 10 to the power of minus 3 into 9.8 comes out to be 1.47. 1.47 divided by 10.2 appears to be 14.41. Now you take mean of all these, that will be your K1. So 14.41 plus 14.41 plus 12.89 divided by 3. Comes out to be 13.90. So spring constant for the first spring appears to be 13.9.
Let us see how to determine spring constant of a given spring. So for that, let me hang a spring here and make sure that pointer is towards the Okay, let us repeat the experiment for the spring number 2. So let me take another spring. Let me remove this first spring and put the spring number 2. And in this case, the material is same. The spring.
So repeat the experiment as we have done for the first spring. So as we have similar type of the spring of same material, let me write the K2 value also nearly same as that of the K1. You need to perform and write the values. It's a repetition of the spring number 1. Similarly for the spring 2 you have to carry out.
Now let us see how to determine K series spring constant, that is spring constant when springs are connected in series, or else you can say series combination spring constant. So for that, the spring 1 is connected to spring 2 end to end. Then at the free end, I have to put a dead load or an initial load of 100 gram. So I can put dead load of 100 gram and note down the pointer reading. The pointer must be towards the centimeter scale. Note down the pointer reading, it comes out to be 27.2 with the initial load. Now let me put 50 gram here to the dead load or initial load and note down the reading again. The reading comes out to be 34 centimeter with the 50 gram. Now let us add 100 gram, that is along with the dead load I am adding 100 gram and note down the corresponding pointer reading. So the pointer reading appears to be 41.2. 41.2 is the pointer reading for 100 gram. Now let me put another 50 gram and note down the pointer reading. The pointer reading appears to be at 45.6. So we have noted 3 readings with the loads 50 gram, 100 gram, 150 gram. Before this, the initial load I have taken it as 100 gram.
Next we have to calculate the spring stretch as we have done in the previous case, that is P minus A. P minus A is nothing but 34 minus 27.2. It appears to be 6.8 and F value, as the mass is same, this force column remains same as that of the previous, so it is 0.49. So K series is nothing but F by X. F is 0.49 and X is 6.8. So 0.49 divided by 6.8, which is in the centimeter, convert it into meter by multiplying 10 raised to minus 2. So the K value comes out to be 7.20. Similarly, calculate for the other readings, that is 41.2 minus 27.2, which is nothing but 14. And this is 0.98, which is obtained by taking mass as 100 gram multiplied by 10 raised to minus 3 in order to make it kg multiplied by 9.8, and this comes out to be 0.98 divided by 14, which is nothing but 7. The last one is 35.6 minus 27.2. It appears to be 18.4. And this will remain as 1 1.47. Divided by 18.4. It appears to be 7.98. So experimentally, K series comes out to be mean of the K readings, and that is 7.2 plus 7 plus 7.98 divided by 3. K series comes out to be 7.39 Newton per meter.
Now let us see determination of the spring constant when they are connected in parallel. So these two springs must be connected to the hook so that the load is applied at the common point. So let us apply 150 initial load and determine the pointer reading for the initial load or dead load. So I am putting 150 gram here as the initial load or a dead load. The pointer reading appears to be at 12.2 centimeter. 12.2 centimeter is the pointer reading. And apply another 50 gram along with the dead load. Now let us see the pointer reading. The pointer reading appears at 14.1 centimeter. Now let me put another 50 gram. So now the load applied is 100 gram along with the dead load. The reading appears to be, the pointer reading appears to be at 15.6. And let me put another 50 gram. So the total load is 150 gram and the corresponding pointer reading is 17.6 centimeter. So this is how we need to take the reading.
And again we have to calculate the spring stretch for all 50, 100 and 150 grams. First reading is 14.2 minus 12.2. It appears to be, sorry, it is 14.1. 14.1 minus 12.2 comes out to be 1.1. And this again mass into acceleration, it comes out to be 0.49 per 50 gram. So 0.49 divided by 1.9 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 2. So it comes out to be 25.78. Similarly, calculate for other two. 15.6 minus 12.2 is 3.4.
and this is 0.98. Comes out to be 28.82. And the last one is 17.6 minus 12.2 is 5.4. This is nothing but 1.47. 1.47 divided by 5.4 is 27.2. So K parallel experimentally comes out to be, take the average of all the 25.78 plus 28.82 plus 27.2 divided by 3. So K parallel comes out to be 27.27. So tabulate the results which we obtained. So K1 we obtained as 13.9 and K2 similarly experimentally repeated. I just took it as 14 and K series experimentally we obtained 7.39 and Kp experimentally we obtained 27.26. So we have to calculate K series theoretically using formula Kx is equal to K1 multiplied by K2 divided by K1 plus K2. So K1 is 13.9 multiplied by 14 divided by sum of these. 13.9 plus 14 is nothing but 27.9. 13.9 multiplied by 14 is 194.6. 94.6 divided by 194.6 27 point. It comes out to be 6.95. So you can see experimentally and theoretically are nearly same. Similarly, we will calculate Kp. Kp is nothing but sum of K1 and K2. Which comes out to be 27.9. Writing the result. So these two appears to be nearly same, experimentally as well as theoretically.